strike y'all in Street Fighter 3.
Q is a mystery wrapped in a trench coat and iron mask. Nobody knows who he is, or where, or even when he came from. Q's entire existence is mysterious. His trench coat and strange iron mask reveal no secrets, only add to the enigma. Even the investigative powers of the CIA have uncovered little about his history or purpose. All they know is he's been seen in crime scene photographs of inexplicable murders all over the world, seemingly defying time and space. No one knows why he is challenging the world's greatest fighters, but since he can show up anytime, anywhere, there must be a purpose. The Outsider. Q. A character so strange that Capcom themselves admitted he doesn't belong. In interviews for Gamist magazine and the Capcom Secret Files, developers confirmed he isn't associated with the main storyline. Q is a shadow on the edge of Street Fighter's world, and that's by design. A patchwork of inspirations. His look is a collage of influences. The brown trench coat, fedora, and gloves echo H.G. Wells' Invisible Man. His cold metal mask recalls Robot Detective K and Iron Mask from Baffled 2. Add in Steve Ditko's Mr. A and The Question, objectivist heroes, and inspirations for Rorschach in Watchmen, and you get a strange blend of pulp detective and faceless nightmare. The glowing yellow eyes peering from behind his mask only deepen the mystery. Is he an investigator lurking at crime scenes, or a criminal escaping them? The Secret Files. Things only get stranger in Capcom's Secret Files. One illustration shows Q removing his coat and loosening his tie during a casual interview with a woman named Anna. He jokes about wanting coffee, claims he has a wife and kids, and pretends not to understand when Anna points out his mask. Another drawing even shows Q unmasked as an ordinary middle-aged man. None of this is considered canon, however. The Secret Files are seen as being tongue-in-cheek what-ifs, but their existence keeps Q's true nature more elusive than ever. Notes from the lab. Concept art reveals further clues. His mask originally had a keyhole on its side, and notes had been scribbled upon the page. Can't feel any emotions. Should be robot-like. And feels like it's being manipulated from behind the scenes. It seems that Q might not be his own master. Maybe he's a puppet. Maybe a robot. Or maybe an abomination. In-game, Q rarely speaks. Instead, he growls and grunts, with one line that fans never forget. I am Abomination. The general public seems afraid of him. People are sometimes shown running away when he enters a stage. And when he gets electrocuted, you don't see a skeleton like with other fighters. Instead, there is a solid flash of muscle and a seemingly solid head. The only visible human part of him is his neck and a quick glimpse of leg. It's just enough to ask, was Q ever really human? Unlocking the legend. You can't just stumble into a fight with Q in Third Strike. He's hidden behind a list of requirements. 80,000 bonus points, no round losses across 6 fights at least, 5 super finishes, no grade below C, and at least 3 SP points by constantly improving your performance. Meet all those conditions, and Q finally appears, as if you've unlocked an urban legend that was never supposed to be seen, or stumbled down the wrong alley at the wrong time. The CIA case file. Fittingly, Q isn't just a mystery to players. He's a mystery to the Street Fighter world too. The CIA is actively investigating him. Executive Wayne Nakamura heads the investigation into the man in the trench coat, first spotted at American ports. A sly nod to the mysterious figure once seen in Ken's stage in Street Fighter 2, later replaced. Agents Dave Spender and Juliana Leigh are also on the case, bickering like Mulder and Scully from the X-Files. Juliana leans towards the supernatural. Dave keeps it grounded in reality. And Q's theme music even carries an eerie echo of the show's soundtrack. Later, C. Viper is added to the list of investigators, tying Q further into Street Fighter's network of spies and conspiracies. Speculations and shadows. Capcom themselves stoke the fires of theory. The Hermit Oro has a win quote in the Japanese version of Third Strike, where he claims to have met Q around 25 years earlier. The same time, Robot Detective K aired on Japanese television, hinting perhaps that Q is indeed a machine. Fans have also theorized that CIA agent Dave Spender is Q, since they wear similar clothing, similar shirt, tie, and trousers. And a less promoted theory suggests Q might be Chun-Li's father, Dorai, resurrected and experimented upon. Udon Comics apparently turned that idea into a comic panel, showing Dorai being transformed into Q. Q and G. When G arrived in Street Fighter V, the connection to Q was impossible to ignore. Their fighting styles overlap, though Q's movements are more stiff and clumsy. And G even has a Q-inspired story costume. Later, G's stage would feature multiple background figures wearing masks strikingly similar to Q's, fueling even more speculation. Were these two characters one and the same? Director Takayuki Nakayama added fuel to the fire in How to Make Capcom Fighting Characters, where he teased the possibility of the character's connection to the mysterious G-Files, referenced in Ibuki's New Gen and Second Impact endings, saying, "Those who played Street Fighter III probably have suspicions about the connection to Gil's G project files and the character Q, and I hope people will keep wondering about the significance of those initials." More recently, Nakayama spoke up on social media, clarifying that Q is essentially a supernatural phenomenon, something like a cryptid, or even an alien, while G is the Earth's answer, a personification of the planet itself. To reflect how myths spread in the modern world, G uses his broadcasts on social media to grow his own legend. So it seems Q and G are indeed separate characters, bound together as mystery and counterbalance. And at least one person at Capcom is making sure that connection stays alive for fans to puzzle over. The Phantom everywhere. Q has been said to appear anywhere, anytime. Even in Capcom Fighting Evolution, where his silhouette is spotted watching from a rooftop. He fits alongside other Street Fighter figures who bend time and space. Characters like Ingrid, the interdimensional traveler, set to appear in Street Fighter VI, whose ending in Alpha 3 shows her traveling across time. More recently, there was Nikali, described by director Nakayama as the embodiment of the Satsui no Hado, and existing across eras. Whether he can travel freely through time is unclear, though he does manage to turn up in unexpected places. The enduring Enigma. And that brings us back to the central mystery. Who, or what, is Q? Capcom has never given a definitive answer, and maybe that's the point. Even Capcom staff at the time leaned into the uncertainty. Character designer Hiroshi Shibaki admitted, "When we were creating the character, we had no idea what kind of character it would be, and it was quite difficult to come up with the techniques and direction." Game designer Neo G, aka Hidetoshi Ishizawa, echoed that same sense of deliberate ambiguity. What is his true identity? It's a mystery. I don't know either. So even the people who built Q admitted they didn't know exactly who he was. That's his design. He was never meant to be solved, nor to be explained away. He exists like an urban legend, haunting the edges of Street Fighter's world, inviting us to speculate. Forever. And that's the beauty of Q, a character who lives in the margins, who may never be explained, and who somehow feels larger for it. He's not just a fighter, he's an unanswered question. But who or what do you think Q is? I'd love to hear more of your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed these tidbits of mystery, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want more character trivia, be sure to subscribe. And perhaps head on over to my Patreon to join me in the abyss. Until then, be excellent to yourselves and one another, and keep your eyes open, because you never know where Q might show up next.